When you think about touring in India, one brand instantaneously pops into your head. Royal Enfield. And when you start thinking about Royal Enfield, you start wondering about why these bikes are so expensive, even though they don't feature the latest technology. And then you ponder some more when you think about the massive cult following Royal Enfield enjoys, not just in India, but across the globe. So here we are today at Power Drift to review their latest flagship model, the Thunderbird 500, in our bid to understand what makes Royal Enfield such a thumping success. At first glance, the styling on the Thunderbird 500 did not appeal to me that much. But with every kilometer I clocked thereafter, the bike really started growing on me. The bike is Royal Enfield's take on a modern day cruiser while still preserving the charm of the good old thumpers. And I think they have achieved that. The first thing I noticed is the matte black engine, which I think looks a lot better than the conventional aluminium finish as on the other bikes. But the one feature that stood out to me the most was the brawny new 20-litre tank. I think I like it even more than the new projector headlight assembly, which looks really good, but that is still my favorite. Talking about the projector along with the new LED taillight, they add a conventional twist to the otherwise retro feel of this bike. Even the new instrument cluster is in tune with the overall design, and this is the first Royal Enfield which has a hazard light, and the button is positioned in between the tachometer and the speedometer. Another interesting feature that I like on this bike is the split seat assembly, and then the handlebar and the new exhaust. They complete the design overhaul on the new Thunderbird. The Thunderbird borrows its 499cc fuel-injected twin-spark UCE engine from the classic 500. So it belts out the same 27.2 bhp of power and 41.3 Nm of torque, which is enough to propel the bike to a top whack of 130 km an hour. It is at its thumping best when you're riding, or rather when you're cruising between 80 to 100 km an hour. Once past 3800 RPM, the vibrations creep in, setting the foot pegs abuzz. The gears don't always slot in properly when upshifting with the rear shifter. The braking performance on the Thunderbird has improved as well, thanks to its 280mm front disc, which comes with a 2-piston caliper, and it also comes short with a 240mm rear disc, which has a single caliper. Handling and cruisers, they don't exactly go hand in hand. But I think the engineers at Royal Enfield felt otherwise. And when you ride this bike through a set of corners, you feel that handling was perhaps the topmost priority when they decided to upgrade the Thunderbird. Beefier and stiffer 41mm front forks, a shortened wheelbase, an all-new swing arm, a new front set foot pegs, and a completely redesigned handlebar. All of these changes have transformed this bike into one of the best handling thumpers yet. I mean, it's rock solid even past 120 km an hour, and it leans so convincingly into corners that I think you will get addicted to setting the road ablaze every time you enter a corner. And the short turning radius and short wheelbase make it darn easy to turn this motorcycle and maneuver it even through traffic. The small changes that RD have made to the ergos have gone a long way in increasing the comfort on this bike. The rider foot pegs are now more front set, the handlebar has been redesigned, and the well-cushioned split seat assembly and the backrest have been tailored to make long highway rides a pleasant affair for both the rider as well as the pillion. The suspension is a little bit on the stiffer side, but it can still tackle broken roads reasonably well. So what's the verdict then? I think the Thunderbird 500 is undoubtedly one of the best cruisers that Royal Enfield has produced yet. From a touring perspective, it checks all the right boxes. It is really comfortable, the projector headlamp works great for night rides, the horn is nice and sharp and loud, the larger fuel tank means you can cover more distance, and the fuel injection works great even on cold winter mornings. Some of these teething issues still exist. I mean, the gearbox is still fussy, the vibes still make their presence felt at high RPM, and the fuel gauge, well, it has a mind of its own. But there's no denying the fact that Royal Enfield have come of age with this model, and they're slowly but surely ironing out all the chinks in their armor. So even though this bike is going to be priced, or is priced 13,000 rupees more expensive than the Classic, I am convinced that the waiting for this motorcycle is only going to increase as it converts more fans and purists in its wake. So here at Power Drift, we can definitely feel the thump.